Hey guys, this is JRPG Console. I thought I'd talk about the aspect of time travel because it's an interesting subject. I personally think, in my opinion, if there was some method to go back in time, I don't think it would be a good idea anyway, because if you watch The Butterfly Effect and Back to the Future and other movies that were exploring the concept of time travel, then you find out that the space-time continuum would be messed up. So, let's just say theoretically you could go back. Well, the ramifications of going back would mean there's a possibility you might change the future and the present for everybody else. And what if certain events that were never supposed to happen in time happen? Like, I'll give you a good example. What happens if you go back to the 1990s or whenever you were a kid and a certain situation got worse? Like, what if you went back in time and World War One and World War Two and the Nazis won, like the German soldiers won? You basically fucked up everybody's life because of your choice of wanting to go back in time to do whatever you want, you know. And the thing is, going back in time would mean you don't go back to being young again. You're still stuck being the same age you are, and you have to watch your younger self basically grow up while you basically get older. So technically, you're kind of screwing yourself because you're not going to be young anymore. You're still going to stay the same age. And another problem is if you went back in time, would it even be worth it? Like, do you really want to go back in time and, like, you know, watch a show or something like that? Like, I just don't think it's a good idea. I'm sure there's some other ramifications that I'm not thinking of right now for time travel, but in essence, going back in time would be a disaster waiting to happen. And another problem is if you went back in time, what if certain inventories didn't happen? Like, what happens if you went back in time and say somebody never came up with the idea with air conditioning, or you know, what if you screwed up someone's potential to come up with a inventing tool that will actually benefit mankind? What if you screw that up if you went back in time? You know? But thought I'd talk about that a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There was times when I thought I would go back in time just to try and fix the mistakes I've done. But I realized that if I went to try and fix it, I'd probably make the situation even more worse than it already is. You know? And that's the thing everybody needs to keep in mind. Is even if you went back in time and tried to do the right thing and correct your own mistakes, you probably end up making them worse, and you probably would drag everybody else into the situation and make their situations even worse. You know? I think that's why I'm glad that there isn't a way to go back in time. because the thing is, we're human beings. We're always going to make mistakes. We're always going to mess up. What would the benefit be of going back in time to fix your mistakes, and then in doing so, you never learn from the next mistake to prevent it? You know? Just a thought. Thought I'd really go in depth on this situation. All right. I'll catch you later.